Okay, so this one hits close to me. Have you ever finished a meal and immediately wanted something sweet? That's me at lunch every day. Maybe you found yourself in the pantry looking for a snack, even though you just ate and you're really actually full. Maybe you tell yourself you need more willpower. Maybe you think you're just addicted to sugar. But these cravings, maybe they're not really cravings, and they're also not a character flaw. They're giving us information. So today I want to dig into what these cravings may be telling you about your body and why they have much more to do with your body and your body systems than whether or not you have willpower or strength. So one of the things I hear all the time is, Jen, I know exactly what I should eat until 3 o'clock runs around. I have some family members that have to have cookies at 3 o'clock every day. And so, as you know, 3 o'clock, I'm going to have those cravings. I've experienced it for myself. After I eat lunch, I always have to go and grab something sweet. I don't know what it is. And so I thought it meant I had a lack of discipline, or maybe it's my personal defiance. I've got to have this something sweet, and if someone else thinks that that's wrong, you shouldn't have something sweet, then I'm going to definitely eat it. I don't know. But today I see this as something a little bit different. Cravings are the way our body says, "Hey, I need some attention, pay some attention to me." But we need to figure out, what is it trying to tell us? So it could be you're not eating enough. So this is what I see the most, especially people my age and maybe 10 years older and younger. We've been told since we were in middle school, elementary school, maybe even 10 years old, that we need to watch our weight, we need to watch how much we eat, we need to eat less, exercise more. And so we're kind of stuck in this under eating theory that for 50 something years we've been living, right? No, so I definitely know for me, I remember in high school, like drinking sweet tea. Sweet tea had calories, but I'd have sweet tea and salad all day. That would be all I had all day, for days and days and days. And I worked out in the heat and the sun, and that's all I would eat because I had to stay super small and skinny, right? We had to eat less. So many people skip breakfast and they don't realize what that's doing and setting them up for later throughout the day. Studies have shown that intermittent fasting can be helpful. It's A, not for everybody, and B, it's better if you eat earlier in the morning and finish eating earlier in the afternoon, not the other way around. But people skip breakfast as a way to save some calories. They eat a tiny lunch, that little measly salad. Now my salads are huge. They try to, quote, be good all day long. We have our good foods and our bad foods. I hate labeling foods that way. And then mid-afternoon, they start craving, they start eating. This used to be me. I would start, preparing dinner around 4, and I would snack, snack, snack while I'm cooking dinner, and then I would still eat dinner, and then I would eat dessert. Like, talk about eating a whole bunch and then sitting on the couch and then going to bed. That can't be healthy, right? We need to find a way that's healthy and not have those cravings where we have to eat, 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 right? It's not a lack of willpower, it's your body saying, hello, you didn't eat earlier in the day. Our body is designed to protect us from starvation, from under eating. And maybe you are eating enough, but it doesn't have nutrition in our foods. When we look at foods, especially like if I look at what kids are eating in the morning, like a Pop-Tart, tell me about what nutrition's in a Pop-Tart, right? Does it have all the vitamins and the minerals? Is it a hydrating food? No, none of those. And so starting our day with something like that, maybe all you do is drink coffee in the morning. Well, there's no nutrition there and it's highly acidic. And so we have to make up for that later on in the day. And so it's your body saying, hey, we need to make up for that. Maybe you were eating donuts or croissants. And I'm not judging you for that, but you're eating donuts and croissants for breakfast. Lunch comes along and you have a ham and cheese, and then it's the afternoon. Well, where are the vitamins and the minerals that you should have had today, right? It's your body trying to get those vitamins and those minerals, and it's saying, hey, we need to get those in. It's not necessarily because you underate in calories, you underate in nutrition. And so we have to pay attention. A, are you eating enough? Because what I'm finding, a lot of my clients, they're not eating enough, or they're overeating in fat and calories, but undereating in protein, in fiber, mainly fiber, and in vitamins and minerals. Where are you getting your vitamins, minerals, and fiber? Then it could be a blood sugar issue. This is a huge one. 93% of Americans are metabolically unwell. 93%. Are you in that 7%? Or not. And so if breakfast is a coffee, a muffin, or toast, or cold processed cereal, maybe a fruit juice on the side, all of those spike blood sugar. So if you eat those in the morning, those are most likely going to spike your glucose. Your glucose doesn't go too high, which is going to make your insulin go too high, and then it's going to fall, and that's going to leave you feeling hungry sooner. So many people tell me I have to have a banana around 10. I used to be that person. 10, 15 years ago, I would eat breakfast. I knew I needed a snack around 10 after I got to work. And then I would eat lunch. And then I would need another snack around 2 or 3. And then I would cook dinner and I'd snack while I was cooking dinner. That tells me, blood sugar went up. And when it came down, instead of letting it come down or it went up too high, instead of eating something that where it didn't go up too high, I needed something to boost it back up again. I needed something to boost it back up again. And so we're eating throughout the day. And I was even taught back in the 90s when I got my master's in health science that we needed 5 or 6 small meals a day. Well, that's been debunked. We need breaks between our meals. We need to eat enough high quality food that doesn't make our blood sugar go up and keeps us feeling full and for 4 or 5 hours. Then we do it again. Eat something that doesn't make our blood sugar go up, is filling, full, high in calories, nutrient dense, high in vitamins and minerals and fiber. So it keeps us full until 4 or 5 hours later when we do the same thing at dinner. Unfortunately, we're not doing that. We're eating foods that make the blood sugar go up, and then the insulin goes up, and then we're feeling hungry and we need a snack. And so we need to make sure that we're eating foods that are higher in protein, high quality proteins that are not high in saturated fats, eating lots of legumes, eating seeds and nuts, things that are high in fiber and high in vitamins and minerals, and balanced meals, making sure that we're getting leafy greens when we can, eating lots of colors. I talked about that on the last video. And then things like my breakfast even has beans in my breakfast. So my beans are where I get my protein as well as hemp seeds and my yogurt, which is hemp, walnuts, and almonds. And so I'm getting omega-3 fats to help with inflammation balance. I'm getting lots of protein and complete hemp seeds are a complete protein. I'm adding in the legumes, more protein. They also give some starch. I'm adding chia seeds. That gives me a little protein, but lots of omega-3s and healthy fats. And then I'm throwing in lots of berries, color, blues and reds that give me antioxidants and vitamins and minerals. And I have vitamins and minerals in those beans and in the seeds and in my yogurt, as well as the probiotics in the yogurt. And so it keeps me nice and full for at least 5 hours and provides lots of nutrients as well. So another thing, number 3, that could be causing these issues are stress. So when we are stressed, we have more cravings. When we are stressed, it affects our hormones and our hormone signaling. Stress raises cortisol. I'm not talking about, brief stress like, uh-oh, I forgot to pay this bill and I need to hurry and pay this bill right now. And then you pay the bill and you don't have to worry about it anymore. I'm talking about the stress sitting in the traffic. You're sitting in traffic for a couple hours. I live outside Atlanta, so I'm sitting in traffic for an hour getting into Atlanta. I go to work. I have deadlines I need to meet. I'm trying to meet this deadline and this deadline, and these people are arguing over here. And I forgot to do this at home, and my kids need this, and my husband needs that. And I'm trying to get my work done. And I have these deadlines, and then I need to hurry to lunch, but I'm leaving late, and I don't really have time to eat my lunch, and I'm rushing through, and then I have to go sit in the traffic for an hour or two to get back home, and then drive the kids to all their activities. You can see I'm stressed out all day long. And that cortisol comes up and it's up all day. Our body doesn't know we're not in danger when we're stressed like that. It thinks, hey, we're in danger. And so when we're in danger, we need fast carbs. We need sugar in the cells so that we can run or fight or whatever we need to do. And so that cortisol goes up to bring blood glucose into the blood so that it's easily available. Well, we don't want the blood sitting full of sugar in our veins. That's very inflammatory. And then we had trouble sleeping, our appetite gets thrown off, and all of our other hormones that tell us we're hungry and we're not hungry, they're thrown off as well. So that can really mess us up. And so we have to get that stress under control and find out ways that we can take breaks throughout the day, starting our day in a relaxed state. Like when you wake up in the morning, do you wake up immediately, grab your phone and get that cortisol hit from the phone? Or do you lay there and think of 3 things you're grateful for today? Allow yourself to wake up slowly and then get out of bed and then do some things, maybe have some prayer time or journaling time, and then pick up the phone. And so you can see how that just starting your day can be completely different. Do you take a break? Do you actually sit and eat and look at your lunch, or are you multitasking while you're eating lunch during the day? Those things can all affect digestion and blood sugar and other things in our life as well. And then the fourth thing is the nutrient density, which I've been talking about. Sometimes it's just because we've been not eating a nutrient dense meal before. We need to make sure every meal contains vitamins and minerals and amino acids and essential fats. And that sounds complicated, but really it's eating whole foods. Anything that you buy in the produce section, those things are high in fiber, vitamins, and minerals, right? So the more things that we include that are look like or are from the produce section, the more vitamins and minerals and fiber we're going to get. And they all contain amino acids. And so eating those vegetables, beans, greens, herbs, spices, all of those are count. And then our nuts and our seeds. And then we need to create these habits. And so we think about these habits, if you go to the movies, can you go to the movies and not have popcorn? Right? It's just one of those things we automatically do. You get stressed out. Like I used to when I didn't work at home. I was a teacher for a long time. I had my secret chocolate in my drawer, right? I get stressed out. I have my emergency chocolate. Eat dinner, you have dessert. For me, it's lunch, and then I have a date, some almond butter, some chocolate chips every day. So it's sweet, right? Right after lunch, it's just a habit. 3 p.m., I have my cookies and my tea, right? It's just a habit. Our brain loves these patterns and it likes to stick to those patterns, and it's hard to break those patterns, but we need to recognize them and come up with something we can do instead. So maybe we can still do those things, but maybe we can do them in a healthier way. So it's still part of the routine, but we can find something else to do instead. And make sure, A, that our meals are nutrient dense, that they meet those needs. So our needs are met at every meal so that we don't have to snack in between. Our blood sugar stays under control. Anyway, I could go into this much deeper. We'll see what I do in the next episode. But if you're struggling with cravings, stop thinking that it's because you don't have willpower or you're not strong enough, right? Oh, I have to do it. I have to do it. The more I think I need to stop having that almond butter chocolate chip date after lunch every day, the more I want to go and eat 2 dates and extra almond butter, right? And maybe that's just me because ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do, right? But instead of fighting that, maybe I need to go, okay, is there something else I could eat instead? Is there something that could be healthier? I mean, that's actually not a bad snack, right? It's not like I eat a whole bag of chocolate chips. It's just a few chocolate chips. It's my little sweet treat. The ones I buy are very dark chocolate, and I don't eat a whole tub of almond butter. It's a little bit of almond butter, and it's one date. So it's actually a pretty good sweet treat. So I could break that habit if I want, or I can say, you know what? There's lots of vitamins, minerals, and fiber in that with a little bit of dark chocolate. And so maybe what you're doing isn't that bad. We just need to adjust it, making sure that you're eating enough, you're meeting your caloric needs as well as your vitamins and minerals and fiber. You're working on that stress, paying attention to your sleep, and things like that. Do you have to do it all at once? No. Go back and listen to last week's episode. Slow and steady wins the race. Anyway, I love to hear from you. So please comment. Tell me, when do you have cravings? When do they hit you the hardest? Is it in the morning, in the afternoons? Do you know what's behind those cravings? Did this video help you come up with what could be behind those cravings? Tell me in the comments below. Like and subscribe to my channel. And remember, I always love to hear from you, and I will share more next week.